Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Mike here, and welcome back to my SDL series. In today's episode, we're going to be installing the SDL library on Mac, this time just using the DMG file, which is basically an installer, and it makes it really simple to just get up and running with SDL. So hopefully these instructions will work for you, and the process will be simple. Otherwise, feel free to engage on the discussions on courses.mshut.io or in the comment section below, and we'll try our best with the community to help you get up and running with SDL. So with that said, let's go ahead and take you over to the video. So from the libsdl.org webpage, we'll go ahead and navigate to the releases or the GitHub page, or more conveniently at the top right corner, this SDL version download here. And this will always usually link to the latest stable version, and that's what we're going to want to use here. So you might see a different version at the time of this recording, but as long as it begins with a 3, this is perfectly fine. And for Mac, we're going to be looking for that .dmg extension, which has a version of the SDL library 3.2.4 in this recording already compiled, so we don't have to do it from source. So go ahead and click download. That'll just take a moment here, and then navigate to wherever that has been downloaded. I've got it set up here, and go ahead and open up that location. And again, you'll go ahead and see some more instructions on the install. What we really care about is this framework folder here. So I'll go ahead and show you how to get started with that. And if you want to have SDL working on like iOS, the iOS simulator, because again, you're going to use SDL for iOS application development, or tvOS even, or the simulator. Again, you might want to work from this folder here. I'm going to show you just how to get started with desktop development, and then if there's need later, we can do a video on how to do this with iOS development. But basically, we just want to pay attention to this folder here, and this has the SDL framework file here. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is take this collection of files, rather, and navigate to my library/framework folder. So you can go ahead and do go, and then go to a specific folder, or do Command-Shift-G, and just go to Library Frameworks. And I'm going to get rid of my other SDL2 here. Now, you could keep these. You might want these if you want to do SDL2 development alongside, but I don't need them. So I'll go ahead and remove them. And within this folder, you'll have to type in your password whenever you do any operation here. So let's go ahead and move in SDL3 framework for Mac, and we'll have it set up there. Okay. So again, if we take a peek in here, this has the SDL3 library already compiled for us. You can see the binary file. You might need to right click on it and click open. Sometimes that helps for Mac security purposes. Sometimes you have to verify a file. So I've seen that depending on what version of Mac that you're using, that you need to do that. So go ahead and do that just in case. Or if you run into any troubles, you might have to do that just as a little debugging thing. So anyways, once we've got our framework folder, again, just pay attention that this is in the library/frameworks folder where we have SDL here. Now we can go ahead and test out our installation. So what I've got set up here is, again, just a simple project where I'm going to have one .c or .cpp file here. And let's go ahead and open it up. And again, it's empty here, so I need some sample code. And I've been using this example here from SDL_create window and renderer. It's got a nice full example here that's using SDL3 and SDL3 features. So I'll go ahead and just copy this text here. And you'll notice in this code sample that you do need a bitmap image. So I spent a lot of time creating a image already and placing it in the same directory. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead and paste in that source code. And I'll go ahead and just paste it in here. So you can use any text editor you want. I'm using Vim, of course. And we're basically done with that. So now we can go ahead and test this out. Let's test it out with Clang here, our source file, and I want to output it as a program here. I'll hit enter, and of course, we don't know where this directory is here. Okay, so again, I need to specify or somehow find the path to the SDL header file, which is in this framework folder. You can actually look for it. Let's click on headers. And you'll find SDL.h here. So, you know, you can kind of do things the traditional hacky way and specify an include path, but that's not how we're going to do it for our Mac development. What we're going to do is, again, pass in the framework file location. So with -F library/frameworks, let's go ahead and try that out. And now we get a new set of errors. So this is a good thing here. Let's go ahead and look at some of those errors. Where basically, if I scroll up here, you'll see there's no syntax errors. So that means, again, the code sample is good. But it is telling us we can't find the actual implementations of these functions, right? We need the actual library. So the actual binary file If we go search around, I think it's in versions here, in current or something, right? This SDL file here for the library. So what I need to do then is just a little simple fix here. I need to just specify the framework that we're using, and this is SDL3. I'll hit enter, and that's it. And now if I run the program, you should see that bitmap image that I spent a lot of time on, which is this image here. So make your own sample.bmp image and paste it in, and you should see something like this, assuming you make a 320 pixel wide by 240 pixel high image. Okay. Now, you might run into other issues. This is all I needed to do on my machine, but again, machines can be different or fickle sometimes. So some issues that I've seen folks run into in the past have sometimes had to deal with something known as the rpath, which basically tells the dynamic linker when I start this program which directories and framework folders and stuff to look for to run this program executable. So you can use this tool. It's called otool on Mac, and I might have to fiddle around a little bit with the I believe it's maybe L or something, but this will tell you, yeah, I got it right on the first time, where the rpath is. So it is looking, it knows on my machine to look for in this executable this folder for this library here. Okay, and there are some tools that you can do. For instance, if this is not pointing to a location that's recognizable, or you get an error that says dynamic linker failed or something, the code will compile, but when you actually try to run the program, if it breaks, then you can use this install name tool. I've seen folks use this before. So let's just look at the manual page here, which basically allows you to change the dynamic shared library names or paths. So I've seen folks do that. The other thing that you can just do is also when you're compiling, make sure to specify with your linker here, and I forget what it is, but you have to set like the linker rpath, something like this. I'll have to look it up here. There. So just in case you run into issues, those are a few things that you can debug. If they come up, feel free to check out the comments or engage in the discussion, and I could post a fix or another video if that becomes problematic. But it looks like for SDL3, as far as things are for me, this has been working just fine for my SDL3 development, which is great. And now you can take advantage of this super cool library. So anyways, if there are fixes to this video or other amendments or other systems that you want to test this out on, again, I'm collecting on my SDL3 playlist the different installs here. So you'll see this list grow as you're watching more videos, or just over time I'll add more platforms. So take a look at that. And of course, if you want to see this playlist in a more distraction-free environment, you can go over to courses.msha.io, and I'll have my SDL3 playlist as well as many other different playlists as well that you can check out. So anyways, there you go, folks. That should get you installed.